Today I will talk about the barriers that I have experienced in my designer life. I would say there are two major types of barriers, the subjective and the objective ones. The subjective barriers I would not like to talk too much about, because those are around the roles of the teacher, and it is always very lively discussion between teachers, and everybody has the right to define themselves whether they want to proceed with the face-to-face learning, or do they see any room for an ICT-based learning. The other issue of subjective elements, I would say, is the quality of teaching as such, or the quality of the teaching and learning process. Many educators question the possibility of having a good quality learning with ICT. But if we go closer to the objective barriers, which I'm more familiar with, I would say that there are also two types of it. One, when we speak about the asynchronous ICT-based learning, and that is something which is about methodology and time. Methodology means that many teachers do not really know how to put together, how to design and how to develop ICT-based material, and as they are not familiar with, they don't like it, they don't do it, and they don't suggest to learners to do and use such kind of materials. The other thing is the time constraint. If you start to develop ICT-based materials, it is very, very time-consuming. Many people in higher education are just not familiar with the facts that it takes much more time than the preparation for the face-to-face learning. That means that even in a basic situation, when the ratio is 1:3, 1:9, if you prepare for a next lecture, or if you are preparing a face-to-face curriculum and you are doing your first presentation in a new curriculum, it is a big work, but even less work than if you do it in an ICT situation. The synchronous part of ICT-based learning is the next element, and people have to act as professional people behind the camera, or in video conference rooms, or in chat rooms, and in many cases they do not have the skill for it. So they do not have experience, so they don't like it, they would need help, and they have to develop their skills how to behave behind the camera when in the virtual room there are many people who are listening to them and interacting with them. So as they are not very experienced with it, and sometimes they can't concentrate on many things in one time, we have the experience that they need help of a technician or somebody who is controlling the whole situation. Otherwise, they think that ICT may fail. And also that is something which have to be stated, that technical failures may always arrive, and teachers who are dealing with ICT-based learning have to have plan B and plan C when they think they have to do an online and synchronous learning.